Disclaimer before we go any further. I'm not a doctor, therapist, psychiatrist, or licensed professional of any kind. My only real qualification here is that I've had OCD for most of my life and have spent a lot of time trying to figure out how my own brain. 1 in 40 adults will experience OCD at some point. So, statistically, if you're in a room with 40 people, one of you is quietly negotiating with your own brain like it's a hostage situation.
Hello, I'm Diane, your host, your human host of OCD for Dummies. And when I say dummies, I'm referring to a parody of that popular black and yellow book series. But if you thought I was calling you a dummy, well, perhaps you should watch my other new series, How Not to Be a Motherfucking Dumbass for Dummies with Diane. Now, back to our scheduled programming. Most people think OCD just means you're a neat freak, or someone who washes their hands so much that their skin is cracked and chapped and possibly a biohazard. Ouch. That's what culture and society think OCD is. Movies, books, pop culture, we joke about it. Oh, my OCD won't let me walk past a crooked picture. So you straighten it. Hold on, wait a minute. Yeah, like that, but not for the reason you think. When someone with OCD straightens that picture, it's usually not for the picture's sake. It's for something else. You didn't know that, did you? I didn't think so. But, and yes, I spelled that with 2 T's because I would happily smack my own ass every time I said it. Just like that influencer who builds very charming outfits using things from her own goddamn closet. She's got vintage things, frilly things, chic things. I love her and her delicious accent. Yes, I am forced to use a teleprompter because sadly, not unlike our current alleged dictator, I will absolutely get off track. I tried to wing this, but I would have to be very, very, very high on vitamins T, H, and C. Shout out to Never Been Kissed. I do the weave a lot, but correctly, I hope. So yes, that's why I need a teleprompter. However, I realized something about my childhood. My way of dealing with OCD as a kid was to become very, very funny. Like stand-up funny. I used to sneak downstairs to the basement family room to watch Eddie Murphy, and Gumby on Saturday Night Live. I love that shit. I followed most of his stand-up career and some of his films. Coming to America. Chef's kiss. Anyways, OCD stands for Obsessive Compulsive Disorder. And at its core, it's basically a brain that gets stuck in a loop it refuses to shut off. First comes the obsession. It's usually an intrusive thought that shows up uninvited. Takes a seat in that spot of your brain. I see it right between my eyes and refuses to leave. You didn't ask for it. You don't like it, but it's there. Rattling around in your skull like the cocaine bear shared a couple of lines in the woods with the trash panda whose side hustle is rummaging through a Section 8 dumpster. Then comes the compulsion. That's the thing you do to calm the anxiety that intrusive thought created. Sometimes it's physical, sometimes it's mental. Sometimes it's just your brain starting shit like that cellmate who keeps whining that you're on the top bunk. Because apparently you can't be on the top bunk. And it's not fair. Let's say checking something one more time. Yeah, you've done that. Everyone's done that. You checked something and you moved on with your life. But did you go check the stove? The lights? The back door? Or maybe a whole routine because you accidentally trained your brain to run that entire sequence even before you can leave the house. This happens because OCD loops involve a circuit in the front of your brain that talks to your deeper survival systems. Think of it as your noodles error detection alarm getting stuck on repeat. The relief works for about 30 seconds, or sometimes it feels like that. Then the brain wants another fix, and because the relief worked, your brain learns the loop. thought, anxiety, compulsion, relief. Congratulations, your brain has just installed the world's worst software update. And what does it do? It runs the loop again and again and again and again. That's all for now. I hope you learned something today about OCD. And like the late and great G.I. Joe once said, now you know something, and knowing is half the battle. Until next time.
House for OCD.
Hello, I'm Diane. Your human Whoops. Hello, I'm Diane. Your human host of OCD for Dummies. Fuck, I keep yawning every time I edit that spot. I'm not crying. I'm cutting onions because I'm gonna cook a lasagna. For one. Take it away. I'm not crying. Come on, Dale, sing it with me. Crying.